To be born, what does that mean, to be born? A baby is born. It's just the beginning. To be born again is just the beginning. You haven't even begun to wet your diaper. I'll be put on the shoulder and burped because you don't know how to get the air out. You haven't yet begun to be up all night, crying and yearning, or to even articulate what's hurting you. You don't even understand you enough to tell your parents what's bothering you. So all you can do is cry. You really can't communicate. You've just been born. So you have to learn to grow and explain and describe what's happening to you and how you feel and where the pain is and what happened in the middle of the night in the dream. Was it real? Is there a real monster in your closet? Or is it just a nightmare? You grow to learn how to communicate with your father and your mother because you were just born. And you're fed whatever they feed you because you were just born. Are you that way when you're born again? When you come to the Lord? Probably not for most. Unless you truly have been born as a child, born again when you were younger, but when you're older, there is so much baggage, habits, luggage. You've already been trained. You've already come into a rebellion. And now you have to be born again. How do I reverse? How do I go back and act like a child, humble, submitted, trusting? Well, that is the question, isn't it? And isn't that really the task? Just learning how to be born. Learning how to act like a baby. It won't be easy. It's easy for the baby, not easy for you. Not easy for the adult to humble, to submit, to trust like a baby. But like a baby, Father understands you're whimpering, only it's with a lot more words than a baby would use. Father understands the squirming and the nightmares, but not as trusting as a baby would be. When the father or mother comes in the room and picks up the baby and burps him and hugs him and loves him. So when you were born again, and if you can remember when you were born again, perhaps you didn't know exactly that you have to act like a baby. And maybe if you implement more of what you see in your own babies, or what your parents may have reminded you about when you were a baby, maybe you might want to come back to the Lord. I knew a woman once, she had a baby. It was 15 pounds. She told her husband, I didn't have a baby, I had a child. Her second baby was 7 or 8 pounds. She goes, finally, I know what it's like to have a baby. Perhaps God is waiting to see, are you acting like an adult when you come to the Lord and you are an infant? Maybe Father says, I would like to know what it's like to have a baby. Can't you just be a baby? You came to me and it seems as I've given birth to a full-grown man. Where is the baby? Who doesn't love the baby? The cooing, the coddling, the cuddling. Don't you miss that baby smell? Some of you still smell like the alcohol and the cannabis, the sin that you've left, your attitude and your words. Don't you miss the innocent, the beauty, the brightness of a baby? That's being born again. I'm no longer an innocent child. How can I be an innocent child? We all can be that innocent child when we're born again. Born again.
was a big boy, with the freedom to do more than I could dream. How would it be when I become a big boy? Wonder the same toys that make me smile or bring joy. No more will I be that child. I'm no longer that innocent child. How will I find that innocent child? We all can be that innocent child when we're born again. Born again. Now that I am older, the world seems colder, the bad much bolder than I believed when I was 3. Now that I am wiser, the light is much brighter, the truth much simpler as once before when I was 4. I'm no longer the innocent child. How will I find that innocent child? We all can be that innocent child when we're born again. Born again. Born again. La la la, la la, la 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 la. Now that I'm wiser, the light is much brighter, the truth much simpler as once before when I was 4. I'm no longer that innocent child. How will I find that innocent child? We all can be that innocent child when we're born again. Born again. When we're born again. When we're born again. Born again. When we're born again. You can be born I was a big boy, with the freedom to do more than I could dream. How would it be when I become a big boy?